them have taken personal paths to healing. Tonight, 22 News reporter Laura Hutchinson begins our coverage. She introduces us to a Longmeadow woman who used her artwork to document her recovery.
Along with thousands of others, are in Boston this weekend picking up race day essentials. And while it is so nice to come together as a community like this, I think it's clear that there is one thing on everyone's minds, and that's the victims of last year's Boston Marathon tragedy, those who lost their lives, and those like Ryan McMahon of Longmeadow who have spent the last year of their life in recovery. This may not look like someone who just experienced the trauma of the Boston Marathon bombing, but it's how Longmeadow's Ryan McMahon says she found happiness during a dark time in her life.
By the end of every shoot, I just felt like lighter and like a little, I don't know, refreshed or something like that.
McMahon was one of the hundreds of people surrounding the finish line of the Boston Marathon last year. She's a photography student who took this picture just 5 minutes before the first of 2 bombs went off.
As soon as we heard the second one, that's kind of where I panicked, and looking around me, everyone was panicking. And I was most fearful that there was going to be a blast right there.
McMahon fell in the chaos, leaving her with a concussion, a fractured back, and 2 broken wrists. And it was in this vulnerable state McMahon saw an artistic opportunity.
And that's when I just kind of set up my camera on a tripod and just, started shooting.
She took photos of the lighter moments with families and darker moments as she struggled to get used to life in recovery.
Just feeling like sad.
She even recorded videos.
You're okay.
It just helped me personally to just kind of reflect on what was happening and the frustrations I was having.
You can see now physically McMahon is doing much better 1 year after the attacks. She's shed the braces that once held her together and added them to her art collection. Mentally, however, she admits the anniversary of the attacks brings back some emotions, and she's still not sure she'll be at this year's race.
It's changed several times, and there's just an anxiety around it.
She does, however, find comfort in looking back at her own progress and seeing her own version of Boston Strong. And while McMahon is hesitant about attending the marathon, an estimated 1 million people are expected to be there, and police are working to keep you safe. Our live team coverage continues tonight with 22 News reporter Julie McDonald. She's live for us in Cambridge.